All right, welcome everybody. This is the first episode of Slasher Freaks. I'm here with my buddy Steven and my other buddy Andy. Say hi, guys.
You.
What's up?
So, our channel is basically going to be reacting, reviewing, live commentary, news, everything to do with horror. Today, we are doing a review for Friday the 13th, Part 1 and Part 2. It's 1958 and they're singing songs. We get two a guy and a girl that are you know definitely liking each other. Given the whole faces towards each other. We all know, being horror fans, of what's going to happen next, and
Oh yeah.
they go out and do a barn and start fooling around. A perspective from the killer walking up the stairs. And it's funny because as soon as they notice, they're like, "We weren't doing anything, I swear." Like, they obviously know who it is, but we don't. Obviously, we don't know who the killer is for the entire movie. Well, the kid gets stabbed in the stomach, whatever. Pretty sure that's how it went. And then, the so dramatic slow-mo of the girl about to get killed. Like, I swear, Friday the 13th, dude, they draw out scenes way too fucking slow, dude. Like,
Well,
there's some,
you gotta add the anticipation. You gotta add the freaky fucking music and everything, and you just gotta like set the tone. Like you hear this, you hear this kind of vibe. You know shit's about to pop up.
You also got to remember that was the aesthetic of the times.
Yeah, and I
Like,
love it.
it's not going to hold up well in today by today's standards. Trust me, but it is still a fun
right.
to watch.
I mean, nowadays it just seems real cheesy, I guess is the best word for
One
that.
thing, I remember specifically like the intro to the title of the movie, the like popping in from the corner, all like 80s slasher style. Like it just I don't know. Dig
It's
it.
cheesy goodness. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. But, there's another scene later on that we'll talk about in the movie, which I think is even more fucking cheesy as fuck. And we'll get to that, a little bit later on. But,
That's like 80s slashers. It's gotta have that corny kind of vibe, like little theme. I mean,
right.
it's the 80s. Like
No, it's definitely true. It's true. We get to see the scene of them both dying, and then it cuts into the intro, which is I mean, dude, that fucking intro is dope. Like, you got the fucking big ass Friday the 13th sign, and then you get the fucking glass shatter with the fucking freak music behind it, dude. Like, well fucking done, dude. Like, that was that's one of the best intros to a horror franchise, and it's so simple too. It's just it was great. After the movie starts, it's Friday the 13th, June 13th, 1980. We get a girl walking through town. For some reason, she stops and starts talking to the dog, asking him how far Camp Crystal Lake is. Whatever, man. Um, she goes into, it's like a diner, and asks all the people, how far is it to Camp Crystal Lake? And dude, all the people in there just death glare her. Like, they
yeah,
just
the look on their faces is like
right, dude. They're terrified, dude.
They looked at her like she just shot their dog.
Right, like the waitresses asked one of the guys, how far is it? So and so far or whatever, and you know they're just staring at her and give her a ride. So they leave the diner, and crazy Ralph,
yeah.
Loves
he was a
rap.
fucking clown.
Honestly, I think he's the best part of the original movie.
You know what? Like when I think of the town's molester, I think of someone that looks a lot like him.
Right.
What else
Well,
is such out? Like you can tell that dude's seen some shit in his life. maybe he's not the crazy one.
Oh, he's definitely not the crazy one, but first glance and first scene of him, you definitely think he's a little fucking cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
He straight up touches kids, dude. Straight up.
Right. So he basically warns her, saying, "Oh, Camp Crystal Lake has a death curse. It's Camp Blood," and they kind of just shrug it off and it's whatever. He's crazy. So they get in the car and he offers to give her a ride halfway, and they're talking a little bit, and all of a sudden the driver starts telling her that it does have a death curse, and that she should quit and not go to Camp Crystal Lake. And she's basically like, "Oh, you sound like your crazy friend Ralph there." And
it basically escalates into an okay boomer.
Right. So he drops her off halfway. And then they got it. The next scene is other camp counselors driving to Camp Crystal Lake, and it's the first time that we get to see Kevin Bacon, a young Kevin Bacon.
Robert Englund actually wanted him to play Freddy if they were going to do another.
I heard of him.
Yeah. I think that's pretty cool.
Okay.
I loved Kevin Bacon and The Following. Still one of my favorite TV shows. Remember that it was about that cult dude.
I haven't really seen it. I mean, the only real when I think of Kevin Bacon, I think of Apollo 13.
Yeah, but I mean, you gotta watch that shit.
Hell yeah. But yeah, no, dude. I looked it up, and at first I thought it was like his very first movie, but it's like his third movie, dude. He's young, dude. He doesn't look any different than he basically he's always looks the fucking same. Just super young, dude. Right, dude. Super young. But yeah, we get that scene, so we get introduced there, and then once they get to camp, we meet the guy that's running the camp, Steve. Basically, Steve is really into what's her fucking name? Alice. Yeah, and he's totally got the hots for her. She wants to kind of leave. She's got something going on, at home, and he asked, just give me a week. If you don't like it, I'll take you, drop you off myself. And she agrees. Then we get the next scene of what the fuck is her name again?
Annie.
Annie. That's what I thought. Yeah, Annie. Good fucking save. Definitely, he knows what he's talking about. I have it all written down, but I'm trying to not look at the book. I'm trying to do it. But yes.
She was a little bit annoying, but otherwise she's one of the more bearable characters in this movie.
Yes, she definitely doesn't last very long because she gets picked up by a car that's very similar looking to Steve's car, his Jeep or whatever the fuck it is. She gets picked up and, she tells the driver, "Oh, I'm going to Camp Crystal Lake," and you don't see who's picking her up, and they don't talk, and basically drive right past the camp, and that's when she's like, "Hey, you missed the camp or whatever," and she starts kind of getting freaked out a little bit, and basically jumps out the car and takes off in the woods.
I had for just some rando camp counselor chick, she had great execution, and she looked like she's done that before. If I were to jump out the fucking car, we all have in our heads about or maybe I'm just weird, but I've imagined myself tucking and rolling out the car before,
Right. That was really good.
But when it comes down to it, I think I'd fucking suck. And for this chick, executed so well, and she looks like a professional jump out of the car and roller type of chick. Respect.
She definitely fucking roll down.
Right?
Definitely.
Right.
Yeah, I'd probably break my leg doing that.
Yeah, it would hurt.
Well, I don't know. With all the wrestling I did in my life, well, who knows? Maybe I could do it too. Who knows? Guess I don't really want to be in that position where I got to jump out of a car. So hopefully I never have to learn that.
I feel like we've seen enough movies that like, oh yeah, well, yeah, I got this, dude. I got it. Slow down a little bit. But
Yeah. But anyway, she runs through the woods and she's basically she's hiding behind a tree, a small ass fucking tree, probably, of course. And all of a sudden, she gets her throat slit, which is pretty cool. I mean, the special effects, I mean, were good for the 80s, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't it Tom Savini that actually did that, or did he not start doing special effects till later on in the series?
Steven?
I honestly don't know. I'm terrible with remembering the cast and crew.
Well, I mean, we all know who Tom Savini is, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't know when he started doing stuff.
I think he wasn't. I think that he's special effects. Pretty sure. Like I said, I could be wrong. Steven, you keep it going.
Okay, well, from there we get to my assessment that Nettie needs to die as soon as possible. I hated that character and just his antics throughout the next few minutes of the movie. Just
you mean when he's dancing around like an Indian with the cop showing up?
Oh yeah, that's like the friend zone type of dude, right? The funny guy.
Yeah,
there's always a funny guy.
He's the annoying guy that they don't want around, but they keep around because he probably has the good stuff.
Yeah, probably. Like, everyone's got their group, but this dude could chill.
Right? The fucking cop's like, what are you smoking? He's like, me? I don't smoke. He's like, cut the wise or whatever, cut it or whatever. The cop's fucking grumpy ass cop, dude. For real.
Yeah.
I was watching the documentary. I'm pretty sure it's Camp Crystal Lake Memories, and I'm pretty sure I heard that the actor that plays the cop never even rode a motorcycle before. That was his first time riding a motorcycle in that scene.
Yeah,
that cop was more believable than any character in the movie. Sorry, Andy.
I was just like, I would straight up fall on my ass. I mean, as you meant.
Yeah, and then another part that kind of just the infamous snake scene when they're in the cabin. I think that might actually before Nettie starts acting like an idiot earlier, but that was another scene. Was like, this cast of characters just is nothing but obnoxious teenagers that epitomize everything that everybody hated about kids in the 80s and made people cheer for them getting killed.
Yeah, definitely. It was definitely a weird cast.
They did it to make you want people
to be killed. If they were having sex on Friday the 13th, of course. But no, kids are shit.
Oh yeah, it hasn't changed very much. I mean, that'd just be more on their electronics than anything. At least fucking kids back then were a little bit adventurous.
If Jason pulled up to kill some people and they were eating Tide Pods and we were like, oh, well, I guess I'll just wait.
Right.
I mean, they'd be making a TikTok video and he just cut their head off it. It'd probably be the big.
Hold on, let me snort some condoms first, dude.
You could just see Jason just turn his head. Like, huh?
Just let natural selection take them out.
Right. I mean, they can just kill themselves. Why not? They go off, and Jack and Marcy, got to have some sex. Typical Friday the 13th.
We actually skipped something because part of it was one of them was looking for Nettie, and Ned's already been killed.
Yeah, but you don't see Ned dead until they're having sex on the top bunk.
You already know what's going to happen to him because you see him going up to the person that's watching him from a perspective. So you already know that he's dead. You just don't get proof of it until...
Yeah, this is the thing that they do in this movie. I mean, they got a lot of off-scene kills too. You know, I mean that's basically the whole franchise though. But yeah, so while they're having sex in the bottom bunk, you know, the camera pans out, and you know, on the top bunk you get Ned totally fucking killed up on top. You know, they have a whole 2-minute smash session, and the girl leaves after they have sex to go wash up, whatever the fuck she's gonna do, and Kevin Bacon's just chilling there, so lights up a joint. I would assume it's a joint. I don't think it's a cigarette, but who knows? And all of a sudden he's got something like dripping on his head, dude. He looks and he like looks at it in his blood, and as soon as he knows, like, I don't know how the fuck, like, dude, this movie's so cliche, because as soon as he notices his blood, this is where he fucking gets it, like, just the perfect timing, I swear to God. Oh, he gets an arrow from under the bed through his fucking throat, dude. Like, classic fucking kill right there, dude.
Oh,
and dude, and another thing is, again, watching the documentaries and stuff, I heard that during that scene, apparently, like, the whole thing that they made to make that special effect work broke, and literally, I would assume it would have been Tom Savini or whoever was doing it, basically saved the shot by blowing through the tube, and that's how you got the splashing effect coming out of his throat. So it was kind of a failure, but it actually was a better shot that he had. Like, he just quick improvised on it, which is pretty fucking cool, dude. This is what I was talking about earlier. So, we get the scene where Marcy's washing up, and, basically she's like, thinks that Jack's, in the room with her, which it's not him, clearly. She goes to look for him in the shower. And, dude, as she turns around, you see this axe come up in the air. And literally, this is, like, I'm telling you, this is the most corniest fucking scene. Like, I get it, it's 80s, but holy shit. Not only is it dragged out, but this girl is just pouting. Like, it's just a weird fucking scene to me, dude. Like, it's so long, and then she's just like, ah! And she just gets a fucking axe right in the face, dude. Like, brutal, dude. And a TV version, and I was so upset that I didn't get to fuck it. They cut it out in the TV version. I was like, damn, dude. Like, that fucking shot is fucking dope. Strip Monopoly's going on, and I don't really get the concept of how they're playing strip whatever. I guess it's just if they land on what they fucking bought, they got to take a piece of clothing off or something. I don't know. It's kind of weird. But whatever. I've never seen strip Monopoly before, so that was the first time for that, I guess. It's storming outside, and fucking the wind blows the door open, and it makes them all stop. Like, anyways, Brenda forgets that she had her fucking windows open, so that's what makes them all fucking stop. So basically, she goes and closes her windows and, gets ready for bed. And as she's reading a book, she hears someone yelling out, help me, help me. It sounds like a little kid. So, being the naive, dumb, teenage counselor that she is, she goes and tries to find out, who it is or whatever. And she basically gets to the archery range, and the lights turn on, and you can't see who it is or whatever. And it's kind of sad that you didn't get to see her fucking death, but you see a fucking axe through the fucking, head. Why can't you see her get fucking shot with an arrow? That'd be fucking pretty cool. But, all you hear is her screaming. And, obviously Alice hears it or whatever, and, they go to check it out or whatever to see where she is or whatever. They thought they heard her screaming, of course, and blah, blah, blah. So they go to her room, and they find a bloody axe in her bed. Try to use the phone, and the line is cut. And of course, the truck isn't working, so they're basically fucking stranded there. And Bill tells Alice that they'll just wait for Steve to come back or whatever. He should be coming back soon. Well, I mean, this guy went to go have lunch, 6 hours to take fucking lunch. So who knows when he's going to fucking show up. We get the, scene where, Steve is driving back and his truck, takes a crap and, somehow there's a fucking cop right there, right when he breaks down. So, he gets a ride back with the police or the cop or whatever. And, basically right before they get to camp, he gets a call that he has to go and fucking take. Of course, if he drove a little bit further, he would have seen what's going on in the camp. And, typical horror movie. So basically, he drops off Steve a little bit away from camp, and he walks back. And while he's walking back, he gets to the Camp Crystal Lake sign, the same sign right here, and somebody's shining a flashlight. And obviously it's somebody he knows, and he's like, hey, what are you doing out here? He gets killed, of course,
he was bragging at the diner about how he's got these 6 counselors he needs to look after. He did.
They're babes in the woods. I think that's exactly what he said. He's got babes in the woods.
Yeah, pretty much. He did
a
good job of protecting them.
Right, so obviously the killer, that we still don't know who it is, obviously turns off the generator because there's no power or whatever. So that Bill has to go and check out, he goes alone, of course, to go check out the generator. And, we don't see if he dies or not, but, Alice wakes up from her nap or whatever the fuck she was doing. And goes to look for Bill, and she goes to the generator room or whatever, and can't find him. And she basically finds him on the back of the door, killed with arrows, like stuck through him. He's stuck to the fucking back of the door. So she fucking freaks out and runs and barricades herself in her cabin. Meanwhile, as soon as she thinks it's okay, Brenda's dead body comes flying through the fucking window. And at that time, Alice sees car lights outside and goes outside to get help. And it's first time we get to meet Pamela Voorhees. And she goes, "Oh, I'm an old friend of the Christies." So yeah, she's like, they shouldn't open this camp. And she kind of starts telling her that, did you know that a young boy drowned here? Camp counselors were basically off fooling around, and this little boy drowned, and basically reveals that Jason, his name was Jason, and he was my son, and today is his birthday. And dude, just the fucking creepy face he gives, and all of a sudden she fucking, you should have watched him, and then she starts fucking freaking out, and that's when you find out that it's been Miss Voorhees. She goes fucking crazy, dude, and I'll let Steven get into a little bit of the details here.
Yeah, basically you start realizing that the loss of her son has driven her batshit crazy, and she's almost developed a split personality disorder where where Jason is telling her to kill everybody because kill him, mommy, don't let her get away, kill her, because they let him die, so she thinks his spirit wants revenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's fucking crazy, dude. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, basically they fight, beat each other's ass. Basically, she bitch slaps the fuck out of her, dude. Like, basically, Pamela Voorhees is, like, literally going to execute this bitch by slapping her to death. Like, the way she just slaps the fuck out of her, I was like, damn, dude. But, yeah, dude, I mean, she ends up getting hit with a fucking frying pan. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Down for the count, for sure. And basically, she takes off, and Pamela Voorhees finds her again, and they're basically beating each other on the beach, and all of a sudden fucking Alice gets the fucking way and goes at that machete and fucking chops her fucking Mrs. Voorhees fucking head off, dude. Which, I mean, her reaction is just fucking priceless, dude. Dude, that fucking, I don't know if you noticed this, but as soon as she gets her head chopped off and you can see her hands like how she's like reacting to her having her head chopped off. She's got hairy ass knuckles. It wasn't her hands in the scene. Like, another cool fact I learned from a documentary.
Looked that closely at his fingers before. Maybe I should have.
Yeah, dude, if you look at when she's doing the whole when you see her point of view and you see the hands, she's got hairy ass knuckles, dude. That's not no girl hands, dude. That's some man hands. Fucking man hands. But yeah, so, she chops her fucking head off, and for some reason Alice goes into the fucking boat. Feels safe, I guess.
Yeah, I gotta say, they did a really good job with this scene too. I mean, personally, I love how they went from the nice, soothing, relaxing music. She survived. She's gonna be okay. Everything's good.
Right. The biggest fucking jump scare, like in the 80s, dude. I mean, that's the biggest jump scare probably of that decade, dude. Like, no one anticipated that fucking, all of a sudden, fucking a little boy jumps out the fucking lake and grabs her. Like, they set the fucking mood to think that movie was over, and, oh, there's the cops and all that shit. And boom, that motherfucker pops out of nowhere, dude. I'm pretty sure if you watch that shit when you were in the fucking theaters, I bet everybody fucking jumped on that one, dude.
Dude, even with me knowing that shit's coming, that's still one of the few jump scares that I know is coming that still gets me a little.
All right, dude. Yeah. So, I mean, all of a sudden she wakes up in the hospital and fucking, she's like, basically tell her everyone's dead or whatever. And she's like, what about the boy? And
the dude's like, there was no.
Right, yeah, right. What are you talking about? There wasn't no boy. Then he's still out there.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, what would you guys rate that movie?
I've got to put in a few statistics here.
Okay.
Body count: 5 male, 5 female, total 10. I give the movie, for its time, I give it about an 8 out of 10. Compared to modernized, I don't know if I'd give it quite so high of a rating, but, I give it a little bit of more leniency than I would give a modern movie because of the
right, because it's a classic and it's an original. I mean, I put that into consideration too. I mean, I would agree with you. I'd probably go with an 8 out of 10, just because, there was a lot of cheese in that movie, but being an original, I mean, to spark a fucking franchise like it did, dude, like, bravo. How about you, Andy? What would you rate that?
I would, I don't want to conform to your 8. So, but I mean, obviously, the Friday the 13th are probably my favorite series. So I'm either gonna go with 7 or 9. But
gotta be the outsider. I understand. I totally get it.
All I know. But yeah, I do want to put. So I got Jason. Yeah, see right here. And all the horror movie characters. It's like when Mama Voorhees was telling they should have been paying attention, and I just kind of relate to the Jason character because I suck at swimming, and the kid's obviously different. He's been picked on and shit. And then essentially because he was different, people didn't give a shit about him. All the cool kids left him die while they were out fucking doing drugs, drinking and shit like that. And it's kind of like when you're different, you get sometimes you're almost invisible.
That's to part 2. Old Baghead. It's like, I'm just thinking about it now. Like, God, that man had to have not been able to see just as bad as Steven.
Fuck you. That was beautiful.
Like, man, dude, apparently, I mean, I was watching, like I said, dude, I watched so many documentaries of horror movies and shit like that. And, like, during this movie, man, they literally had to do double-sided tape and tape it to his eye just so he could see while he was running around in this fucking potato sack. Like, I guess it left a fucking, like, scar on him from the tape and shit on his fucking eye and shit like that. But did you do notes for part 2, Steven? Or do you have? All right, we're gonna have you run on this one. You know.
Okay, 2 I took slightly more in-depth notes on, so I kind of remember shit a little bit better.
See, I was telling Andy that I got lazy. I only did like half the movie on notes. You know.
Okay.
So I'll let you go have a go on that one.
All right, so Friday 13 2. Part 2, you know, cuts in with kid playing out in the rain. You just see walking in a puddle, but just basically doing the kind of shit that I'm pretty sure we all would have gotten our asses beat for when we were younger.
Because those street lights were on already. We got ass whooped. Goddamn kid out before with the street lights on. What the fuck is she thinking? Or him? I think it was a girl, wasn't it? Little girl or
boy? I can't remember the name.
Boy?
I remember it was a boy's name that was yelled.
I thought it was a girl, man.
But you don't know what the person personally identifies as, so let's just go with this person.
Yeah, 2020, baby.
You just hear the kid getting yelled at. Kid runs off, and then you just see 2 big fucking feet just come stomping through the rain, and heading in the general direction that the kid took off in. And it pans up to a window. Zooms into the window, and you see Annie. Not Annie, fuck. Alice.
Yeah.
Having a nightmare. And we sit there for about 5-10 minutes as her nightmare pretty much recaps all the events of the previous movie. Then she gets woken up by a phone call with presumably her mom, who's, pissed at her, and, she's trying to get her shit back together. She's trying to get her head right after the shit she went through. And family doesn't understand family.
Yeah, apparently it was only 3 months later. What's
that? It was 2 months later. Good. Months after.
Yeah, you're right. My bad. 2 months. Yep.
Yeah. So it's 2 months after the original movie, and then, she goes off, goes, grabs a shower, and then she hears a noise from outside, goes to check what it is, and we get my favorite part at the beginning of the movie, not my favorite part in the whole movie, but one of my favorite parts in the movie, the cat jump scare. Fear has never been so adorable. But yeah, then she opens the fridge to get the cat some food, and you got Jason's mom, you got Ambor's head sitting there in the fucking fridge, and next thing you know, screwdriver right into the fucking side of the head.
Yeah, wasn't it like the fucking temple, dude?
Yeah, right in the fucking temple. Pretty much. And this scene was a little bit dragged out. It felt a little bit longer than it needed to be, in my opinion. But it also was very still in the series because it kind of set up the new story of he got revenge for his mom. Now anything else that happens, he's just off the chain. He has nothing left. He's got nothing that he has to do. So it's just he's got free reign now.
All right, so you first. I mean, we obviously don't get to see who it is. I mean, we have assumptions, but again, they're doing this whole, don't reveal his face for a while or their face for a while type shit. Eventually, once they get into the franchise, the later parts, you see Jason right away. Like fuck it, obviously, because. But anyways.
Pardon me. Then we jump ahead 5 years later. We got we got a whole bunch of people showing up at a new camp. And we got a couple that pull into town. I believe that was
Sandra and Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff and Sandra pull into town, and they go to make a phone call to get directions to where they need to go, and they're car is getting towed.
Right.
His truck is getting towed.
Not to mention, you get to see Ralph again.
Yeah.
Yes, everybody's favorite Ralph.
Telling them they're all doomed.
Yep. And, and they chase the fucking tow truck to be introduced to this episode's version of Nettie, Ted. Although
Right.
he's less obnoxious.
Ted, yep, same shit. Yep.
Just the annoying guy that just wants to be annoying.
Yeah, that fucking, I don't know. I don't really like his character. I don't know, he's probably about as much as I like fucking Ned from the first one, but
Yeah.
I don't know, he's just way too fucking goofy for me. It's like, I don't know. I didn't like his character, but whatever, continue.
Yeah. So, they take off to the camp. It comes up, then we actually cut to the camp where Paul is starting to get everybody together to start, giving them instructions. And we're introduced to a few more of the people. We're introduced to Terry, Vicky, Mark, Scott. And we're introduced to most of the rest of the characters. And as he's, teaching them about what they need to do, what they want to cover during these lessons that he has, Ginny shows up.
Right, with her shitty ass car, dude. Like, that car is like, I've had a car like that. Like, not like that model, but like shitty like that, man.
I think I'm the only person I know that hasn't had a car like that.
Yeah, no, fucking, that car is backfiring, fucking cutting out. Like, man, talk about a shitty fucking car.
Yeah. Then he calls her out. He wants to have a word with her alone since she's supposed to be his kind of teaching assistant for this whole set of courses. And, we kind of learn that they have a little bit of a relationship. So, he cares about her, he claims, but,
You're full of shit. Is that what she says? Some shit like that.
Yeah, she outright says bullshit.
Right. You weren't worried about me.
He was just that he'd lose a booty call.
Pretty much, right.
Yeah, but then,
he really gets on her ass about fucking being a little late. Like, damn, dude, chill.
I'd be
But then again, given her position, she should have been there a couple days earlier helping him get shit set up like the rest of the fucking,
Oh, yeah, I guess. That's true.
So, yeah, I can understand him being a little bit agitated about her being late.
All right.
But let's see where things go from there.
It's the classic campfire.
Oh yeah, the campfire.
Where he tells him about you can do it.
Yeah.
About Jason.
He tells a story about how Jason witnessed his mother's murder and it drove him insane, and blah 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 blah. And then frickin' Ted comes out fucking with a mask and a spear, scares the shit out of everybody. And we find out that it's 5 years after Alice's death that this is taking place. So
When the first one's back.
Yeah. So this is taking place in 1985. So we're finally getting more point of reference.
Mm-hmm.
Tell them all that Camp Blood is off limits.
And of course, fucking Jeff and Sandra want to fucking check it out.
Well, Sandra wants to. Jeff don't want nothing to fucking do with it.
That's right, yeah. This is a little rebellious fucking kid, I swear.
Yeah. We cue to them doing shit the next day. Muffins, the dog, walks away. And it cuts away to a grill of hot dogs. So we're left to assume one thing.
Right. Yeah. Well, they actually, the scene coming up, they witness them. Because obviously Sandra and fucking Jeff, Sandra pulls Jeff away and want to go check out Camp Blood. And as they walking through, fucking find a, mutilated dog. Little dog. So we're assume that it's Muffins.
Yeah. Cutest part of that movie. Next to the cat. I'm torn between the cat and Muffins.
Such a softie.
Hey, fuzzy things are better than people.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, they basically get, as soon as they see the dog, the cops find him. Cop finds him, and they're getting basically cops bitching at Paul about them being there, and he's gonna take them in next time he sees anybody on the lake, and he's complaining that they they should have relocated Newtown. They're too close to what happened and whatnot. That's as far as I got on my notes. So now you're on your own, dude.
Oh fuck.
Oh no, I did get the next scene with the cop seeing Jason,
Oh, yeah.
running through the woods, and they take him to the fucking cabin, or chases him to the cabin and gets a fucking hammer to the back of the damn head.
Yeah.
That's where my notes stop. So
Okay.
now you're really on your own.
Okay, yeah. After that, it cuts to, them kind of having a little, they're having dinner in the main cabin, and Paul pretty much says, "All right, today was easy. Today was just me, letting you guys have a little fun before we start serious training. So, we're doing one last go into town before the shit gets serious. Who's coming with me?" So, Ted and Ginny went, and I think. Wasn't that all of them, or was there someone else that went with them?
It was Ginny, Ted, Paul. I'm pretty sure it was because in the when he's talking to everybody before Ginny gets there, there's a lot of other camp counselors that we don't know who they are. So I would assume that they go along too because they're not at the camp anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm pretty sure those were the only actual character, main characters in the movie that actually go.
Yeah. So then, everybody starts messing around. Mark and Jeff, I believe, or is it Mark and Scott that are arm wrestling?
No, Jeff.
Thank you. Mark and Jeff are arm wrestling. They kind of, everybody starts breaking off, doing their own thing. Mark and no, not
just saw her name.
There's Terry, Vicky, and Sandra. So Vicky.
Yeah, Vicky.
So yeah, Mark and Vicky are kind of pairing off, playing the game. Terry's out to go looking for Muffin, and all of a sudden, in the middle of her search, she decides, "Hey, this would be a good time to whip my tits out and go skinny dipping."
Yes.
Yeah. Nothing pisses Jason off more than chicks swimming in his fucking life, doing terrible teenage things.
Yep.
Like, who does?
And then freaking Scott comes up and steals her clothes.
Playa.
She starts chasing him to get her clothes back. He winds up getting caught up in a snare. She gets her shirt back from him and goes to get a knife to cut him down. And while she's gets his throat slit.
Yeah, a lot of throat slitting.
Yeah, it's kind of a go-to in this series.
But slit.
Yep, just yeet right across the throat.
If you think about it, in part one, there wasn't no. Well, I guess Annie. Yeah. All right, never mind.
Yeah, I like to stab straight to the dome, like.
Yeah, dude, that's pretty gnarly fucking kill. Especially the kill that's about to come up. I think it's the most gnarliest. I think it's the worst death of the whole franchise.
Oh, things are about to get interesting. And then after Terry finds something to cut him down with, she goes back to find Scott and starts yelling at him. And when he's quiet, she goes and starts fiddling with the body. Notices he's dead, starts screaming, and all of a sudden, someone's, you get the image of someone walking up to her, and just as you get a close-up of her screaming, cut away to a guitar at a bar. And this is where we get the real foreshadowing of the movie, where we realize who the people that are meant to survive are and who's expendable. When Ginny starts trying to psychoanalyze Jason while she is drunk.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, she's definitely curious, and
she kind of develops a severe case of plot armor because of that.
Yeah.
So they decide, Ginny and Paul decide to head back to the camp.
Right,
And
fucking
even
Ted's the fucking smartest man in the entire movie. I swear to God.
he's annoying as hell, but he at least knows how to survive.
He chooses to stay because he's gonna get it in with the fucking bartender.
Yeah. He goes up to a guy, hey, is there an after hours club around here? Yeah. So he's staying back.
Right.
Although Paul does tell someone else, don't let Ted drive the truck because of how drunk he is. So we do know that there's other counselors with him that are unimportant.
Yeah, because he tells
There's a
Ted, he's like, let blah 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 drive the truck back.
Yeah.
Come back at bar close or whatever when this place closes.
And then those two go, cuts back to them. You start driving home, and then it cuts up to in not here, Sandra. They cuts to them kind of trying to get a little bit busy, and then it cuts to Mark and Vicky. And they get to where they're going to pair off. Now, a very important part to this is Mark is wheelchair bound, and Vicky gets to open up about why he's in the wheelchair. So
poor guy, man. Poor guy.
He tries to humanize everybody.
Yep.
And they're going to pair off. Mark, she tells him to wait there, and she's going to go get ready. And she takes off, takes care of shit. And while she's gone, he gets a hatchet to the face thrown at him. And this becomes,
dude. Worst. I swear to God, in my eyes, that is that's the kill of the franchise. Dude gets a fuck. Not only does he get the fucking axe to the fucking face, and he goes backwards down stairs in the fucking wheelchair. Like, dude, the most classic fucking brutal fucking. I think of the entire franchise, dude.
I will say that is very brutal, but unfortunately, it kind of doesn't translate well today because of how desensitized we are.
Yeah, because when he gets hit, he's like, ugh! Like, it's just so. It's weird how he reacts to getting hit with a fucking axe in the face. It's just.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. Poor guy, man.
Jeff and Sandra, and they're getting a little heavy, and we zoom down to the spear from earlier with the mask that Ted was wearing. The mask gets taken off the spear and thrown on the floor, and the spear gets carried upstairs. And yeah, we wind up with a 2-for-1 kill with the spear going through both of them.
Yeah, dude.
Quite a fun one in my opinion. Honestly, you like the one with Mark getting the axe to the face. That is possible. The double kill of Jeff and Sandra is probably my favorite in the series.
Yeah, like I said, I just think that the Mark's kill, not only was it pretty brutal to the face, and he was a wheelchair guy, which is even worse on top of it. The whole fucking going down the stairs backwards is like insult to injury, like literally. Like,
but put it this way, it would be more wrong if he didn't kill him because he was in a wheelchair.
I guess at least he was treated fair.
Equal opportunity murderer.
Right, because if the only reason why he didn't kill him is because he was in a wheelchair, I feel like that'd be more fucked up. Like, why does he just because he's in a wheelchair?
Right.
But he doesn't actually break any of the other cardinal rules in the horror, the slasher rule set. When he's off for drugs, no thanks, I'm in training.
What the fuck, man? Dude, that guy just got the short end of the stick the entire fucking time, dude. He was
Vicky. We go back to Vicky, and she starts looking for Mark, and she can't find him, so she starts looking all over the place, and she stumbles across Jeff and Sandra's bodies. After, of course, taking the blanket off of Jason, who we see wearing a fucking pillowcase.
Right, the first time we see Jason in the series.
Fucking
right there.
Better.
That's creepy as fuck too, dude. Like he just rises out the bed, dude, big head and all. Like she's could have easily ran out that door.
Yeah, but she didn't because scared.
She's scared, yeah.
He fucking slices the shit out of her. He fucking finishes the job.
Yep. Right as they're getting back to camp, of course.
Yeah. Then we go back to Ginny and Paul, who start looking around, trying to figure out what the hell's going on because they notice, lights are out, and the place looks considerably more trashed than it should. And while they're looking around, we get one of my favorite quotes from the movie. Paul.
There's someone in the room.
No. Paul picks up a joint. These kids smoke better than I do.
Yeah, definitely. That was good. Yeah. Hell yeah. Forgot about that, but yeah, dude, that was fucking funny.
Yeah, from there you get there's someone else in the room, and he just flat out fucking ignores her until fucking Jason pretty much taps his ass.
Right.
I will say, he put up a hell of a better fight than anyone else so far.
Oh, yeah.
It still amounts to next to nothing, but,
To be all due respect,
he lived.
No, not only that, is no one else really had a fair shot to fight him, though.
True. The only ones that did have a fair shot were still too scared to do anything.
Yeah, all the girls, really. All the guys were kind of
ambushed, pretty much.
Well, Scott was hanging. Fucking Mark's in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Jeff was having sex.
Oh, poor Jeff. Honestly, I could think of worse ways to be killed.
Oh, yeah, dude. Die having sex isn't that bad. It's worse. I'd rather die having sex than die right before I'm about to have sex like Mark.
Yeah.
He got the short of the stick the entire fucking time, dude. Yeah, man, I feel bad for him. And it's not even because he's in a wheelchair, man. It's just everything combined with the wheelchair. Like, come on, you did him like that? Like,
after Paul loses his fight, and you can presume him dead for the time being, because no one's actually walked away from an encounter with Jason and lived yet. So, then Jason starts chasing Ginny around. Puts his fist through a fucking window to chase her. Presumably climbs through said window after her. And she keeps running around. Then we get into the infamous forest chase, and I will give her props. She got a really good fucking kick in on him.
Not only that, dude, he ran one way, she ran the other. He still fucking catches her, but she was definitely had some fucking, running away skills. I'll tell you that right now. She was a little sneaky. Yeah, she got his ass with a good fucking hit to the nuts or whatever.
I couldn't tell if that was a gut shot or a nut shot, but
yeah,
God, I didn't want to.
He reacted like it was a nut shot, but who knows?
I don't know if you have a really good kick to the gut too. You'll double over with either one, but the nut shot will keep you down a lot longer.
Right.
So. But eventually the chase scene leads her back to his little hovel where the cop was killed, and she finds the altar.
To the shrine, right? Yeah.
Fucking thing in that fucking movie. Mom's sweater next to her severed head. The door.
He really missed his mommy.
Yeah. Well, like she said, she was literally his whole world.
Yeah, definitely. He didn't know anything else.
Yeah. So after that, she puts on his mom's sweater and tries fixing her hair to look like hers, which, when you're dealing with a crazy kid in a man's body, I guess it's not that cool.
Yeah, he's definitely dumb.
Very smart thinking of her, though, to realize that, his psyche and dictate what she believed his mind to be like.
Mm-hmm. Which, that's a huge foreshadowing throughout the whole movie. It's like, when, Paul outright tells her, use that child psychology you're going to school for.
Yeah.
That she knows how the mind works better than a lot of these other, slasher victims that we've seen get ripped throughout this.
Right.
And so this comes into one of my actual favorite parts where you're seeing this scene through Jason's eyes, and you're going from seeing her actually talking to him picturing her as his mother. And,
Yeah.
it's one of the more interesting scenes because it's like you're just seeing just how crazy he is as well. And then as she raises the machete to try to kill him, he sees his mom's head behind her, freaks the fuck out, is about to kill her, and then Paul fucking tackles his ass. And, another fight.
I'm not tech now.
Then they finally, they think they've killed him. I don't remember.
Got you. Go on, Steven. I'm just pressing buttons. What they?
So after they think that they've killed him, they head back.
Corona.
Yeah.
Good thing you got a mask on. I don't want to catch it.
Hell yeah.
So, Paul pretty much carries her back to the main cabin, sets her down to, all of a sudden they hear thumping at the door. Fucking.
Right. She's ready, dude. She's at that window like.
Yeah. She's got that fucking pitchfork like.
Right, yeah.
She's fucking terrified. They open the door, and in comes Muffins.
Muffins!
So we know, presumably, that the dog is alive. And then all of a sudden, out of the shadows, fucking jump scare, grabs her.
Yeah, through the window.
Yeah, through the fucking window. Jason grabs her through the window and, you see his ugly ass face for the first time. After they took she took the mask off him back at the fucking his hovel place, but they didn't show him. They just showed their reactions. Oh my god!
Right.
And then fucking he burst through the fucking window, and you see his ugly ass face for the first time. And after then it cuts all of a sudden to her on a gurney being loaded into an ambulance, asking about Paul. So,
yeah, you don't know what happened to Paul. Like, I don't know if they're like trying to do that as like another fucking dream sequence or what, but I don't know.
Thinking was like how much of the end results is her hallucinating and how much of it is
real. Right.
Obviously by that point in time she would have probably started to snap herself and start hallucinating or But then it cuts away with her being shut in the ambulance and then them cutting to the altar again and just zooming in on Jason's mom's face.
Yeah, dude. I mean, what's the so you got a body count on that one, I take it, eh?
Yep, body count on this one. 4 women, 5 men, and 1 questionable puppy, since we don't know for sure if Muffins really survived or if that was a hallucination. So giving us a body count of (10) and a total of 2 to 3 survive. Well, there's at least 2 survivors that we know of, and since we don't know how many of the other other kids there were, we didn't keep a running tab about the other fucking people that don't matter. So
everybody matters to somebody.
Well, they weren't important to the movie. They were literally there just as what's the term I'm looking for? Set dressing.
All right. So, Andy, what do you rate that one?
I rate it at 8.
Not as good as the original, eh?
Well, I said 7, 9.
Yeah, I see what you're doing.
Yeah. So right. I mean, I kind of see this as like when we were brainstorming, I kind of do see this as like one movie, like one big ass movie.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it was only really the first scene of the movie was only like what you said, like 2 months after it. So I mean, but yeah, the main part of the story is, 5 years later. But I mean,
It
it
all
all
time.
so I mean, I say 1 and 2 combined. I know that's not an option. It's option C is that they're the 2 hour 10.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Uh,
I personally think number 2 is better than number 1. It might be weird to say, but I personally think my least favorite of the whole franchise, other than Jason Goes to Hell. Jason Goes to Hell is the worst fucking one on the entire franchise, personally, my opinion. But I would say that my number 2 least is probably the original.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's kind of like some like. Do you know what, like, although Elvis' music is dope, but like how much Elvis fucking influenced other genres that influence other genres that influence, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like if it wasn't for the first movie, it
yeah, it
would
wasn't.
it wouldn't have painted, it wouldn't have set the tone for the rest of the shit. So it's kind of like the balls to the dick.
Right, and that's why when I rating it is an 8. In reality, it's more because of being the original, and I mean, it started it all off. In my eyes, it has so much prestige because of that.
Yeah. As I say, it not only like started it off and it is original, but it also tells the backstory. Like, I mean, that would be an important part of the whole franchise, even if it was set.
So, being number 2, I mean, I'd probably still go with an 8. Um, there's probably really only one fucking horror movie that's gonna get an actual 10, probably, and I'm sure we all will know which one that is. But 9, I mean, I'm trying to save 9 is like really good, so I'm gonna go with 8 again on that one. I mean, what are you rating it, Steven?
I gotta say, I really like 2. 2 is honestly my favorite one in the series, and I know there's some other ones that they do other things better, other things worse. It's like, you know, 3 is a close second to 2. 4 onward, they kind of
Yeah.
fall into the same category of they do a lot of shit wrong, but they do it in a fun way to where they're not terrible. But 2,
2 being your favorite, I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm weird, but I really think that part 6 is probably my favorite, or the what is that, the final chapter with young Tommy. It's not
that
final chapter.
that'd be part 3.
No, 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 no. No, I think it's part 4.
Okay. That's when he first starts wearing the hockey mask.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, 3. Yeah, because he's already got the hockey mask. I think it's 4 is with young Tommy Jarvis.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, it'd be either between that or 6 for me at least. But yeah, um, yeah. So I mean, those movies are fucking great.
mm-hmm.
Start off the series. I mean, fortunately, once you get down further, Jason Goes to Hell.
Get more
Fucking sucks. Yeah, I mean, those were the reviews. So, other than that, does anyone have any other final thoughts on part 1 and part 2?
Honestly, I think it's a great way to start a fun series, and clearly, like Andy said before, these were some of the stuff that started out the slasher genre. They were huge inspirations for a lot of stuff into the future. So, I think it was a fun one for us to start off on.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Any final thoughts for you, Andy?
Just kind of like it's a good way to start off because I mean,
we're basically this is our first video, and hopefully it sets other things, and we'll perfect shit. We'll get it down, guys. Don't
Yeah.
worry, just don't give up on us like my wife gave up on me.
Yeah, like I said, we'll definitely. I mean, YouTube channels. I mean, their first videos, dude. I watched, people reacting, famous YouTubers reacting to their first videos, and they were shit. You got to start somewhere, and this is where we start. I don't, for all the people that are going to be watching this, I'm personally not trying to do this to get fame or get rich off of it. Literally, like I told these guys, I made this channel so I can watch movies with my buddies, man. I mean, I don't have to do it on YouTube, but kill two birds with one stone. Get to watch movies and react and do all horror shit with two of my good friends that are horror fanatics, and have a YouTube channel, and that is why we are the Slasher Freaks. What we're trying to do with this channel is upload a video at least once a week. We're going to be doing the videos on Thursdays. So however long it takes me to edit, you'll get it by the weekend on YouTube. So like I said before, like and subscribe, hit the notification button so that you can stay up to date to any of our videos. And, it can only get better from here on out because this is our first video. So, maybe one day you'll be like, wow, these guys are fucking professionals. And that will be the day that we're happy. So we'll catch you guys back next week, and thanks for watching Slasher Freaks. Take it easy, guys.
Thank you.